What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy B-Phil back again, 129.24, and ready to jump right into the charts, chumps. Let's get it in. Alright, so let's just go ahead and review a trade that I started to take here last night. And it's going to be on this particular chart. So what I did was I looked at this particular chart. I was down on the lower time frame and very low time frame. And it was around this area. So we saw price just fly down. We had a nice little wick. We had this last bar down. We saw it break up. We saw it keep moving, and then eventually in this little area right here, from $41,828.29 to about $41,735.16. I decided, well, let's just go ahead and go for a buy stop with the low below this particular wick plus a little bit of buffer, which is at $41,603.51. I decided, let's go ahead and jump into a trade and let's see where it goes, because I wanted to see it continue higher, right? That's ultimately what I was looking for. Right now, looks like we're starting to have like a little turnaround here somehow, some way. So what we're looking for is a 1 to 3. We're going to partial at 1 to 3, and then we're going to let it just run to these particular highs here, if that's what it wants to effectively do. Now, when we're looking at actively managing this particular trade, what we're looking at is we see starting some coverage over down to the downside. We can actually move this to break even at this point. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna go ahead and just move this to break even. It's been kind of dancing and teeter-tottering, right? Like it's just been moving. And we look here. We're going to move over to our favorites here, BTC-USDT, and we see our position displayed here. We're just going to go ahead and move our stop loss to around break even here. Now, the key here is that we actually want to cover any type of fees. I'm not sure why this is in TRY, but hey, it's okay. So this is just lesson trading, I guess. So we'll go here. We have our stop loss here. We have an estimated profit of 97 cents. We want to get that a little bit higher, because if we see our particular fee, so we have funding fees down here of 33 cents. We have, close that. We have our estimated trading fee, which is 73 cents. So that's roughly $1 and some change. So we want to make sure our break even actually covers that. So we're going to go ahead and move that up just a tad bit more. Yeah, so $1.82. Now, that's probably not the most ideal break even, right? You expect break even to be like right around in this area, but we just want to cover all the different fees. So without further ado, we're going to stop looking at what we did jump into and what's going down for the week. So let's go ahead and start off with good old gold, right? Good old gold. If we're looking at, yeah, so right now it looks like on the daily we have a candle crossing up over the 8 MA. We have a green dot printing, so we should expect some particular bullish price action here. Now we're gonna do our daily 15. So if this is our daily candle here at around $2,018.47, we want to see a pullback down to the negative 60 on market cipher B under the price of 2018.59 cents. So what we'll do is we'll simply put an alert here and we're gonna wait. All right, let's go ahead and go to our red list. Euro GBP, if we go up to the daily time frame, it's looking like we're getting close to a bottom here. We're not seeing anything print just yet. Maybe we want to go ahead and see if we can front run some particular small push up on Euro GBP, but nothing that I really like here. Nothing that I really like here. We have about 9 hours left before the daily close. On the 4 hour, again, everything just looks like it's bearish, except for this 1 hour. It looks like we may start to see a cross up, potentially. And if we do, it might be a very short-lived move. Hard to tell right now. We got about 16 minutes on the hour left. 16 minutes on the hour, about 17 actually, closer to 17. Let's go ahead and we're not really feeling Euro GBP. We're gonna move that from our list this week. Euro NZD, let's go ahead and check out what is going on here. And looks like we're starting to slope down, but we are above the zero line on market cipher B. We're probably going to close below this particular line. We have about 9 hours left. This could actually be just a large wick if we have a very volatile move. Let's just say we had a volatile move of 0.37% there, then that's just a large wick and we close bullish, or we close above the actual ADMA. But that doesn't look like that's going to be the story, because we had a large close down last hour below the ADMA on Euro NZD. Looks like we could be setting up for a bullish divergence here though. So let's just give this an hour and let's see what it looks like. All right, Euro USD, we had a zone here. Looks like we tore through that zone really well. Let's go ahead and go up to the daily. Looks like we are still bearish here. We have this break up here. We have this large zone from $1.07, $1.07238 pips, $1.10214 pips. That is the zone I'm looking at. That is the MB, top of the range to the bottom of the range. We're going to go ahead and extendo that out real quick, and then we have some slight refinements that we can potentially do here. We have that high there on that candlestick, so we can go ahead and refine this daily zone from 1.07238 pips to 1.08177 pips. And we're looking at price starting to come down into that particular zone here on the 4 hour time frame. We are still below the ADMA. Uh-oh, y'all hear that? Hey, Bitcoin to 100 racks. Bitcoin to 100 racks. Hey. There it is, y'all. All right, hold on 1 second here. Let's go ahead and let's get back to our regular hype music here. All right, great. We are in the zone right now, in the zone. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back up. You saw there, Bitcoin is seeming like it has a nice little morning dump going on. So on this 4 hour of Euro USD, we are still again below the ADMA. We could probably potentially see some continued bear action right here on the 1 hour. We have a green dot that's printing, and it looks like we're starting to move above the AEMA. We have pretty conflicting signs at this point, right? Go to 1 minute. We might have a nice little scalp going on here. Potentially. You know? We've got about 13 minutes left on the hour, so that hourly candle is going to be closing here soon. We can go ahead and potentially wait for that particular hour to pull back below 1.08229 pips before we look for any potential just short scalp on Euro USD. Let's go ahead and look at the NASDAQ. Now, daily, we are above the AEMA, but we're pretty high here on market side for B. We're actually above the 60 line. Looks like we're topping out pretty hardcore here. This may not be the best position to go ahead and take a long here. We might want to wait for it to cool off just a tad bit, y'all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ignore that for now because that may not be anything optimal here. On Apple, looks like we put on in a buy stop. By the way, y'all, trading competition. It actually ended, and I ended up at like 132 or something like that. So, but in 2 days and 11 hours approximately, we have the Mint Funding February Frenzy competition. I'm going to be joining that. Join in as well to go ahead and become a consistently profitable trader. Trade that strategy and figure out how you're going to get down with the get down. You feel you. You feel me. BP. Okay, great. So, not sponsored in any way, by the way. I just think the Mint community is really a great community. So, anyways, right now we are looking at a nice little pullback here to the AEMA on Apple. Looks like we're starting to have some curvature, some curving down. We have this top wave looking like it's closing out here on the daily. So we could be printing some red dot here, but we don't know yet. Market's not open. Yeah, so if we go down on the 4 hour, we actually have this red line. So we are below the AEMA. We already are up a wick here. We go down to the 1 hour. Excuse me. We go down to the 1 hour, and we see some curvature up, but ultimately we are still below that AEMA. So we could still have some price coming down just a tad bit here. Probably nothing too crazy, but again, let's just follow what we're seeing. Now, of course, we'd want to see something like this red dot here, this small little red dot crossing below, right, when it's closing, right? And then we can start looking on lower time frames. So if we were to look at this particular area here, now this was on Friday, the 26th of January at 9 a.m. We go down to the 1 hour time frame here. We went ahead and marked this up on our chart here. And if we were looking for a particular entry, I don't think we would have gotten it. No, there's no entry here. Actually, there's no entry here. So, yeah, you wouldn't have gotten an entry on that particular area, right? So, all's fair. But that's what we want to see. We want to see it start to cross down. We want to see that red dot as it's crossing down below the ADMA, and then we go down to a lower time frame and start looking for trades there. But we didn't have any, so it is what it is. It looks like Apple may not be the ideal stock to be looking at this week. We did make that play on Airbnb last week from this area down here, from approximately $141.58. We rode that bad boy all the way up to a 1 to 3, so we rode it up to about $3 profit, or excuse me, yeah, plus 3, something around there. And it looks like we're starting to move sideways here on Airbnb, and we potentially could start to see some type of explosion up again, although we are pretty topped out here on market side for B. We have the wave topping out almost at 100. So this may not be the best play for the week. We look at Microsoft. They just had layoffs. That is the news, right? Again, just looking very topped out here. And when we go back and we just see we have these large moves and it starts topping out and it starts slowly moving down, right? We don't want to buy any of this, right? Because the next explosive move is probably going to be more in a valley around the zero line, if you will, right? Let's just look at some more, right? We had some top action, then we finally had a nice little dip, but then after that dip, that green dot, boom, explosion, right? So we definitely, as we look historically, you don't want to buy any of these particular tops because you're going to have this pullback. When you have this pullback, that's when you have a nicer explosion up to the top side. So we're just going to go ahead and wait. Let's see here. Again, let's look at Disney. Disney, this was some practice trading there. Before market open, we have a nice little move. We're starting to top out here though, so we might not want to go ahead and look at that. And again, in Nvidia, we're starting to top out as well. So a lot of the trading this week is just going to be waiting for us to have a nice little pullback somewhere and potentially get back in on this trend. You feel me? So anyways, hope you learned something. Just go ahead and hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you learned and what you're doing with your trading. And join the competition for fun and really to practice your rules. So anyways, it's your boy B Phil. I'm out. Y'all have a wonderful week. Peace.